Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bill Waite, and I am your Oswegatchie mentor, helping out everybody in the NYAAE community and the FFA community try to understand what is this thing called Oswegatchie. So, this is a 2020-2021 tutorial. We are talking about things that are general Oswegatchie. Most of the things are accurate throughout the year round, but we're going to put a little COVID dash on some of the stuff just to make sure everybody understands the full picture here. Oswegatchie, we're up in Kroger, New York. We're this beautiful 1,200-acre estate with 4 large ponds on the property, several buildings, some brand new, some quite rustic. It is a phenomenal place that was purchased in 1946 by ag teachers to make sure students had a place away from home to go away and recreate who they are. So, in 1946, it was all boys. They were usually all farm kids. And going to camp and doing a bunch of volunteer labor for a week was a vacation for them. And they had a fantastic time. And over the years, the camp has changed, morphed, changed a little bit here and there to meet the modern needs of kids. But, 75 years later, we're a wonderful, thriving facility in the Adirondacks that's here for you to take advantage of. So, let's go to the beginning. This is the foundation website, the New York FFA Foundation. They are who owns and operates Oswegatchie. Majority of the funds that are used at Oswegatchie are earned and raised through our actual programming and services that we provide here. This is a brand new dining hall that was just built. It's not even been used for campers yet, but this is the big project that you may or may not have heard about as you were starting to learn more about the FFA and ag community in New York. If you go to Oswegatchie.org is the website that we use to explain all things Oswegatchie. We have a lot of different things going on here throughout the year. Summer camp is our big thing. We have retreats. We have a ropes course. We do a fundraiser called the Adirondack Race. The Oswegatchie.org is where you go to learn about all those things. And if you don't want to read the website all day long, you could just give us a call and talk to us because we would love to talk to you about Oswegatchie. There's actually 4 full-time employees. There's Roland. He's our ropes course director. There's Robin, who is a administrative assistant and a goddess of all things Oswegatchie. She's the really good one to talk to. I like to talk a lot about Oswegatchie, so I'm always here as well. And then there's Todd Lighthall, who is the administrator of both the foundation and Oswegatchie. So most people, when they come to camp, they are coming up for summer camp. 5 days and nights in the Adirondacks in July and a little bit into August. Great program. It's for teenagers. You don't have to be an FFA member to come to camp. And honestly, we do encourage you to promote Oswegatchie camp to kids outside of your classes. Why? Well, they're excited about Oswegatchie. They'll get excited about the FFA. And to be in the FFA, they got to take ag ed classes. So this is a great way to help seed your class with kids from your community. So, Oswegatchie, it's a great program. There is some fees involved with coming to camp. Leadership training, environmental education, outdoor recreation. The funny thing is the camp originally was a camp just for boys that changed somewhere around 68, and now actually girls make up about 75% of our camp. Some wild changes have happened over the years, and that's just one of them. So OswegatchieCamp.com is where you can learn about all things Oswegatchie. You can let your kids know about it, and you can also find other reference materials here as well. There's 3 main ways that people or teachers utilize Oswegatchie during the summertime. Some teachers bring a bunch of kids up to camp and they stay here for the week with them. The Oswegatchie staff takes care of all the programming and lodging and needs and supervision. And the teachers, while they're here, they get to hang out with other teachers and they get to do a lot of quality networking. There's a lot of mentoring goes on then when you're hanging around the sawmill, working down there, or swinging a hammer on our maintenance building. Just while you're working on things, you usually start talking about how do you do things as teachers, or how does your school do things. It's a really great time to relax, not be running around chasing kids at the convention or anything, but engaging other teachers in conversation. Some teachers just bring kids up, drop them off, and head home and come maybe back on Friday and get them, maybe. Maybe they have parents pick them up. That's a totally decent way of doing things. There are some teachers who really enjoy having all their students at Oswegatchie for a week because they go home and they basically get caught up on work because no kids are calling them, asking them for favors or special programming needs. Some teachers just give the brochure and the other information to the kids and say, If you want to go to Camp Little Jimmy, this is how you get there. And, that's legit as well. All those techniques work. Oswegatchie is a great place. We did cancel our summer camp season for 2020 thanks to the pandemic, but Oswegatchie is still here, and we're doing our very best to survive the pandemic experience. Now, let's say you don't like summer camp. You want to come to Oswegatchie, let's say September through June. Come up for a retreat. Well, most of you would come up for a retreat in the wintertime. A lot of teachers like to take advantage of weekends. We have a couple different lodges you can take advantage of. Sutliff, on a normal year, can handle about 70 people. We have small rooms, a couple large bunk rooms, and upstairs we have large meeting areas or activity rooms. We do have bathrooms. It is totally heated. It's everything you need to survive an experience in the Adirondacks in the wintertime. Some of these pictures are a little bit dated. There's also a building called Foster Lodge. It's another building that's available for rent. Sutliff is a big building. Foster is a small building. Sleeps at max about 24 people. So if you would like to come up for a retreat, like some people just come up just with their state officer team and they hire us to do a ropes course program, but they do their own meals. Awesome. We have some groups that come up who don't want anything from us, and we just rent them a lodge, and we kind of stay out of their way, and we work in the office, and they ask us questions when they need things. Alrighty. And then we also have groups that want us to do every single thing for them, and that's totally legit, totally a great way to operate when you come up to Oswegatchie, because we're good at the outdoor recreation things. The ropes course is a major draw for lots of people. In the wintertime, outdoor survival is very popular, so is snowshoeing, and so is cross-country skiing. We highly recommend snowshoeing because taking 50 kids on a 3-hour snowshoe trip is a great way to take the energy out of them and basically mitigate any problems you might have later. So, the ropes course at Oswegatchie is a pretty awesome ropes course. I understand you can do ropes courses at the mall these days, and that really, it's great. You can go to the mall, spend $15, get up on this thing, run around. But is there really any educational value to it? Is it being utilized to the best of its potential? Oswegatchie, whether it be initiatives and games, the low ropes course, which is all ground level things, or the high ropes course, we are very good at nurturing all those experiences and getting the most out of it for your students. We are very good with teens because that's who we deal with most of the time. So, and we have a lot of tricks up our sleeves from over the years, learning how to help out with this type of programming. The Adirondack race is something that we do every April. And the Adirondack race is where we race more or less 10,000 rubber ducks down the river, each one sponsored for $5 each. And all the money raised from the Adirondack race is used to support the summer camp program. Now, we do have a little bit of a carrot in there for you folks, something we call duck bucks. So, sometimes it's hard for schools to sell these duck tickets. We understand that, but we've set up some websites and some other online use tools for you guys to take advantage of, where you can get people all over the state to buy ducks. And let's say someone out in Clymer, New York wants to buy a duck, and they buy it and they put it in the Clymer name, so that they may still be winning the prize, but they give Clymer credit for selling that duck. We split the money with that duck sale with Clymer FFA. So Oswegatchie takes $250, Clymer gets $250. Now you're thinking, okay, yeah, $250, great, pat yourself on the back. Well, when it's 100 ducks being sold in the school's name, now that is a $250 credit that school has on hand to use throughout at any point over the year. And it can be used for summer camp, it can be used for ropes courses, it can be used for retreats, it can be used in our camp store. It is all an opportunity for you folks to cash in a real simple fundraiser. You don't have to buy 1,000 cases of fruit or 100 sticks of pepperoni and have overhead costs. It's an easy fundraiser for you to raise money to use at Oswegatchie. A very simple process, and honestly, the duck race is kind of fun to talk to the people in your community about. We do have an online store. Sometimes people are really interested in this, and sometimes they're not. We have a couple special things going on here in 2020, trying to make do with our COVID shutdown. Some special orders. We do have a winter camp in a box type thing here to share with everybody. Oswegatchie store is a great place for you to find stuff for your students. Maybe you have a banquet and you need some gifts. We can help you out there. It's a great way of taking the camp experience and taking it back home. Pretty great. Um, Expedition Outdoors was an episode of PBS that was done here at Oswegatchie and is a high-end video production of what our ropes course is like. It is very cool. We do have a excellent Facebook page with probably 300 videos on it, probably about 20,000 photos. Our YouTube channel probably has 200 videos on it. Some are good, some are not, some are dated, but it's all free content online. We do whatever we can to share the Oswegatchie experience with your students and any teachers out there to get you engaged, involved, and wanting to come to Oswegatchie. Um, you know, there's a lot of new teachers out there. That is not something to underestimate. There's so many new faces that even I have a hard time keeping track of everybody. Especially when you switch schools, you move around a little bit. It's tough. The FFA and ag is complicated. Oswegatchie tends to be a little complicated too. You just kind of get in, figure it out. And when you realize just kind of when you work in sync with the Oswegatchie staff that's here, there's nothing that we can't do together and accomplish. I was lucky in the sense that I was in the FFA in the 90s, and as a state level organization and in many FFA chapters, things were not good. There was no money, there was no solution. They didn't know how to solve things. But because some hard work by a lot of people starting in the late 90s has turned the ship around dramatically. And except for maybe 2020, the last 20 years have been phenomenal growth by the FFA. We've definitely, Oswegatchie and the FFA has leveraged a lot of internet resources. The kids are very savvy about using these resources as well. It is a great time to be a part of the New York Ag Ed family. If you ever have questions, just email us. You can get any of us at info@oswegatchie.org. You can give us a call at 315-346-1222. I believe we are listed on the nysffa.org website. You look up oswegatchie.org. It's very easy to find us. We want to help you out. We want to make Oswegatchie part of your school's experience. And that even you as an individual, we want Oswegatchie to be a part of your lifelong experience. We have FFA kids coming to camp. Maybe they come up, they're FFA advisor kids coming through when they're 1, 2, maybe 3. And some of those kids, end up working here. Maybe they were campers. They're coming in for, vacations later in life. Oswegatchie really is a great place to know about. Make it a lifelong experience. And if all else fails, it's always a great backup location if you have to get out of town for a couple days. We have cabins to rent. We have lodges to take advantage of. Usually there's an opportunity for ag teachers if they need a break from being home. It's a pretty awesome place, and we really hope to see you here in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Bill Waite. Have a great day.